God said, no, the time is now. And so now that she's off in graduate school, um, I do have the freedom and the liberty to do the things that God will, would allow me to do. And so moving forward in that, and I'm really excited about that.
I'm going to bring on Dr. Sharon Flowers.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me, Dr. Rhonda.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on the show. I think the first time we met, we were actually in a whole nother country.
Really? And I can't even remember. So,
We
so
were
it
in
is my
Iraq.
pleasure. I feel like I'm meeting you all over again.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly where we met. We met in Iraq.
Okay. All
It's
right. Well,
amazing. It's amazing how time repeats itself.
it really does. It really does. So I am just so happy to be able to be on the show with you today. And so thank you so much for reaching out to Nathaniel and having me on tonight.
Well, I'm just very happy to have you here. And so we're sorors.
Oh,
We find out everything through our mutual connection.
okay. Well, listen, so I'm on my Sora show. All right. All right. So wonderful. And you see me with my blue on
Yes.
today.
He didn't tell you. He didn't tell
Huh?
you.
You know what? He probably
So he
did, but
didn't
I
tell you.
don't. He probably did, but I didn't remember.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I am happy to have you on the show. I'm always happy to have Zeta on the show anyway, though. But I'm very happy to have you on the show because you've been doing some amazing things since our army days.
I've been trying. I've been trying. God is so amazing, and I'm just enjoying this next leg of the journey. What He has me doing now, and so it's wonderful. It feels good to have transitioned from the military and finding, you know, a new life after the army. So yeah, so I'm really excited about this
Yeah.
journey.
So tell me, before we even go any further, I know that we've already given everybody a hint that we both served in the army, but tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Okay, so I'm actually originally from East St. Louis, Illinois. I joined the Army in 1988 and I served 20 years. Enjoyed those 20 years, but I knew it was time to transition. I didn't want to do a day over 20. And so, of course, I'm married to retired Sergeant Major Nathaniel Flowers, who served 30 years in the Army. And together we have 8 children. I think right now in this journey of life, just being a mother to my children, being a wife,
Yeah.
transitioning into being an author, motivational speaker, launching this publishing company. So I have been busy. And on top of that, serving God and, doing what He has me to do out here on the mission field. So it has been full circle since my retirement.
That is amazing. I think that the army actually kind of almost prepares us for this life because we have such a story to tell once we've moved on.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I think that the resiliency of being in the military, deploying, the ups and downs, I think it's prepared me for life after the military. And I think, serving, you served in the military, as well. It takes a lot, mentally, physically, to do those things. And we have to be ready to shift at a moment's notice. So I do believe that the Army prepared me for those things.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell me about this publishing company you've started.
Yes, so last year, I thought I was just going to be writing books, and I did an anthology with some more military friends. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to be this author and I'm just going to, write books. And God was like, no, that's not it. I have some things for you to do. And so I
Yes.
was like, okay, so what do you want me to do? And I began to write down what I wanted to see in a publishing company because one of the things, there's so many amazing stories that everyday people have, and their voices go unheard because they cannot afford these big box, publishing companies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so as God gave me this vision to tell the stories of the unknown, those that don't have a platform. And so last year I launched Purposeful Pathways Publishing Company.
Love the
It's
name.
actually, yeah, it's actually titled after my first book, Purposeful Pathways. And now even as I'm thinking about it, everything that I have went through in life was purposeful, it was needed, and it has allowed me to grow into the person that I am now, whether that's good, bad, or indifferent. And so this publishing company is really going to allow me to share those stories of the everyday person that's walking the streets and no one says, "Hey, tell me your story." And so those are the
Mm,
stories that I want to publish. I want to hear about the 16-year-old who was pregnant, but guess what? Now owns her own businesses or several businesses. And
yes,
how did that
yes.
person get there? So there are some amazing stories uh, that people have, but they don't have the platform. And so that's what Purposeful Pathway Publishing is about. It's giving those unheard voices a voice.
That's beautiful. I mean, I had just asked you to tell me about the publishing company. You told me about your whole motivation behind it. Is this something that you had always dreamt of while you were in the army, or did this come to you when God said no, when you're going to be moving in a different direction?
Yeah, so this was not something that I saw myself doing. I always wanted to be a college professor, and so I do that part time. So I was just content on being a professor, writing articles for, the schools that I teach with, or doing a little research. And I really thought that that's all that I would be doing outside of writing books. And so this leg of it, you know, it came much later. And I'm just grateful now for
Yeah,
the journey, because I'm thinking like, God, sometimes we have what we think we want to do, and God's saying, no, it's bigger
yes,
than that. It's you can't even imagine. So no, I did not see this leg of the journey.
wonderful. So, how, have other people saw the vision and joined you in this journey?
So yes, so right now I definitely have clients that are lined up. We're working on their books right now. I do foresee, of course, my first as a publisher later this year. We're hoping by Christmas we'll have that book out. But yes, the clients are coming in, and I'm excited to be able to help, them with this journey. One of the things that I'm going to do is I am going to host a writing workshop. And I think that this writing workshop is going to open up a lot of doors for a lot of people to just have I think the confidence to know that they can write. A lot of people say, I don't want to write because I don't write that well. Well, guess
Mhm.
what? A lot of us don't write that well, but that's why we have editors. And this is where I can coach and guide. And so I'm excited about this process.
Yeah, and I think as you say that, I think about Moses. He was commissioned to do a great thing, and he started coming up with all kinds of excuses as to why he couldn't do it. But God meant a bigger plan for him. And I think that as writers, well, as just regular people, really, sometimes we don't think that we deserve to write our story, or we don't think that we have the ability to write our story. But that's why coaches and, as you said, editors, that's why we exist, to help you to
Exactly.
tell your story in a way that's going to affect other people.
Yes. I will tell you that I think I found every excuse not to write, not to move forward. And I kind of, just be honest with you, I played around with it for a minute because it's such a journey. And also too, being retired, from the military, I was in that mode of, well, maybe I should just chill. But then also too, my, one of our younger daughters, she was traveling with volleyball. So that took up a lot of time. And I said, oh, once she goes off to college, I would do this and I would do that. And then I still kind of procrastinated.